Hi everyone, I'm Bea. Welcome back to Read and Roam, the channel where we learn about text and how it fits into our world. Right now, I'm at a food festival and I've spotted some fun signs. Our delicious cookies are calling your name. Our spices dance with excitement in every dish. Notice how these signs describe food as if it can move, talk, and even feel? It's like the food is alive. Today, I'll teach you about expressions like these and explain why authors use them in stories. Let's head back to the studio. In my last video, we learned about literal and figurative language. What do you remember? When text is literal, the words mean exactly what they say. But when text is figurative, the words don't mean exactly what they say. Instead, words go beyond their literal meaning to describe things creatively. We learned about two types of figurative language called similes and metaphors. And today, we'll explore another type. Check out this sentence. The moon smiles down on the trees dancing in the wind. Notice any figurative language here? The author describes the moon as smiling and the trees as dancing, but the moon can't actually smile and the trees can't literally dance. These are things only humans do. This is called personification. It's when authors give human-like qualities to objects, animals, or ideas. And here's something cool. Can you spot a word within the word personification? Person. We can add the suffix or ending ify, which means to make or become, to make the word personify. So personify means to make something act like a person, just like how the author does in the text. They personify the moon and trees. Let's read another text that has personification. Mr. Smith was busy making a feast for his guests. The pot of soup grumbled angrily on the stove. Nearby, Bobby, the cat, sighed in frustration. He wondered if Mr. Smith would give him a bite. Time was marching forward quickly, and Mr. Smith didn't have much time left. He looked at the clock ticking on the wall. It was nearly 6 o'clock. Now let's find personification in the text. First, we need to search for objects, animals, or ideas. Here's an object, the pot of soup. What human-like actions does the author use to describe it? They use grumbled, but that's not all. They also use the human emotion angrily to describe how the pot grumbles. Adding feelings or emotions is another way authors personify objects, animals, or ideas. What kind of sound do you picture when you read grumbled angrily? A soft, gentle noise or a loud, bubbling one? The author used personification to help us imagine a bubbling pot making a lot of noise as it heats up. Let's go back to the text. Here's an animal, Bobby the cat. Notice a human-like action here? The cat sighed in frustration, which is something only humans do. The cat's also wondering if Mr. Smith will give him a bite, but we consider thinking like this to be a human quality. Both sentences use personification to show us how hungry and frustrated the cat is. Here's something that isn't an object or an animal. The idea of time, which is described as marching forward quickly. But time isn't a person, so it can't actually march. The author personifies time to help us picture it moving quickly. Here's one last object, the clock. Check this out. He looks at the clock ticking on the wall. Does the author use human qualities to describe the clock? No, the author simply states that it's ticking, which is what a clock naturally does. This isn't personification, it's literal language. Just because a description is interesting or detailed doesn't mean it's personification. Now, let's practice with another text. As I read, see if you can spot any personification. It had been a long winter. For what seemed like forever, the trees in the park trembled in the cold wind, and the empty swings felt lonely. The sky was gray, and the ground was covered in snow. Now, it's your turn to identify personification. Search for anything that isn't a person, like an object, animal, or idea. Then ask yourself, does it seem like they act, feel, or think like a human? Pause the video to highlight 2 sentences with personification. Let's check. The trees in the park trembled in the cold wind is personification because trees can't tremble from the cold like humans can. Here's another one. The empty swings felt lonely. The author gives human feelings to the swings, even though they can't literally feel emotions like loneliness. These sentences bring non-human things to life. Like similes and metaphors, personification makes descriptions more interesting and helps readers create vivid imagery, a detailed picture in the reader's mind. But what makes personification special? By giving human-like qualities to non-human things, personification brings descriptions to life. It helps readers connect emotionally to objects, animals, or ideas. It can actually make readers feel something. But how exactly? Let's go back to the text we just read, and I'll show you. Check out the sentences. The trees in the park trembled in the cold wind, and the empty swings felt lonely. How do these sentences make you feel? Pause the video here to record a word or few words describing an emotion you have. I'd say they make me feel sad. Instead of literally saying the trees had no leaves or the swings were empty, they are described as cold and lonely, creating a gloomy, empty, and quiet scene. With personification, things that were once still, lifeless, or silent suddenly have feelings, movement, and even a voice, helping us connect with them in a deeper, more emotional way. Hey, remember those signs at the food festival? Our delicious cookies are calling your name, and our spices dance with excitement in every dish. This is personification. Instead of literally describing the dishes, personification makes the food feel lively, like it's interacting with people. This captures our attention and helps us connect with the signs and feel more tempted to try the food. Personification is all around us. Try finding it in books, ads, songs, and even everyday conversations. From billboards that say, "Our cereal will wake you up," to stories about talking animals, personification brings texts to life. And remember, where there are words, there's a world to explore. I'll see you next time.
Hey, hey.